If you're a young, ambitious entrepreneur or just in general person, influencer, whatever, and you want to start traveling, there's only one problem that you will encounter, and that is advice online. Because the only thing that could stop you from actually doing it and having the most fun ever in your 20s is bad advice online and people saying that you need to have 10K saved up or even 5K saved up. I don't think any of that is necessary. If you know from yourself that you're intelligent, if you know from yourself that you recognize patterns and that you change behavior accordingly and that you look at the market and everything and you know that your income will go up, let's say you're at 3 grand a month or 4 grand a month right now, even 2.5, and you know based on previous like input and your current input that your income will go up, then it's stupid to not start living the life already. I started living the travel life. It's now May of 2026, and I started traveling in March of 2025. And I started on 3K a month, $3,000 a month, with like I had 1.5K saved up for the plane ticket back. That's the only thing that you need. And then I fucking risked it. Oh, I had 4K in the bank, and then 1.5K like saved for the plane ticket that I couldn't touch. Basically, like it was on a different account. And I risked it. I was living in Amsterdam with my parents in the Netherlands. It was not actually in Amsterdam, but whatever. And I went to Bali. I flew to Bali with my friend Harvey Davies. He's also here with me in Medellin right now. We've been traveling this year for like 5 months, and we have traveled together for a month in 2025. And we're probably going to travel the whole year together because we have the same ideas. Like we want to stay in the country with sun. We want to have cheap, cool Airbnbs because we're not at like $1 million a month ourselves right now. The business does $1 million a month, but I don't get that much from it. I get about 6 figures a year. At least I'm working together. I'm close. So then cheap, cool Airbnbs in like third world countries are just best if you want sun, especially if you're used to the Netherlands and you don't get any sun there besides like July, August, September-ish or June sometimes. And that's why I left. And I did it I did it on 3K a month in dollars in March 2025, and it has been enough for the whole trip. Last summer, I must say, I had a way cooler summer than I deserved because Josh, the initial founder of the business, was traveling with us, and he got us the Airbnb, and he got us a bunch of nice dinners and cool experiences. Sorry, I had to go inside because the camera was overheating because I was in the sun. So yeah, I lived a cooler life than I deserved because in the summer of last year I was still between 3K a month and 4K a month, but because I didn't pay for the Airbnb and some of the experiences, I was still able to have a cooler summer than I could actually afford. These travels themselves on Bali, March and April of last year, and the first 8 weeks of Medellin last year, and Bali of last year, I went twice to Bali, also in November and December. No, in October and November. And then this whole trip to Medellin this year, between January and May, I've all afforded myself. Obviously, my income is higher now, but I was still spending all my money now. I'm not really anymore because my income is higher, but I was spending all my money when I was on 4K/4.5K a month. And it's worth it. Like, I'm 23 right now. I started traveling when I was 22 then, I guess. Yeah, when I was 22, just barely 22. And it has been worth it. Every single second has been worth it. And if I would have listened to guys like Jack Hopkins, and that was the only guy that I know online that gave this advice, but I know that people always say you need to save up this much and you need to be safe and don't spend all your money, like all these financial advisors and everything. I think that's terrible advice. Like I said, if you know from yourself that you're intelligent, you recognize patterns and whatever, you know that you're going to make more money, then start spending everything that you have right now. Like I did that until January/February of this year, and I don't regret it at all. Now I'm saving up some money because my income is higher. But for a year straight, over a year straight, I have been spending every single dollar every month that I earned on cool experiences. You can look at my Instagram, look at how much fucking cool shit I've done. Look at this Raw channel, just scroll and in how many different locations I've been. I've met so many cool people. I've had so much fun with the girls. I've been to so many cool restaurants only because I was spending everything that I was earning. And because I didn't feel bad about it either, I used it to stay motivated, because if I would stay in the Netherlands for 12 months, I would be depressed, I would live with my parents, it would be inefficient, I wouldn't have my own bathroom, I wouldn't even have my full own bedroom, because when I left my parents' home last year, they renovated the whole house and I don't have a bedroom anymore. They use it for like painting and like whatever my mom is doing in there, I don't know. Don't think in a weird way, you fucking weirdo. Just painting shit. So I don't even have a bedroom anymore. I don't really have a way back. I have a bed there, but I don't want to go there anymore because I would be depressed and the weather would be mostly gray and ugly and cold. And all Dutch people, if you know Dutch people, they're so like annoyed and frustrated and mean. Like if you're used to South America and even US people, because I have a bunch of US friends, they're so friendly, they're so positive, they're so open, and Dutch people are just terrible to spend time with. So yeah, that's why I don't like to stay there, and that's why spending all my money every month has been a great decision. For yourself, obviously, make your own decision. If you realistically know that you're going to make a solid amount of money every month, if you realistically know that that you have potential to go up, because if you're in a 9 to 5, even if it's online, then you have zero potential to grow your income. But if you're in a business or on a freelance job, or if you're an influencer and you rely on views, then it can go up if you're just smarter, if you get paid for your ideas. And that's when I would say, spend everything. Because now I'm 23, and the last 12 months or the last 15 months have been fucking sick, have been generational, have been amazing. If I die tomorrow, I'm happy. Because I'm doing every day I wake up with a smile on my face, and it's amazing. I live exactly how I want to live. I don't do work when I don't want to work. I go to the gym at like 3 p.m. when other people can't. I go to the sauna for 30 minutes, even 50 minutes if I want to. I can go to a restaurant at 9 a.m. or at 12 a.m. I don't care. I can do that. I don't have to wake up at a certain time. I can drink on a Tuesday night if I want to. I can not drink for 40 years if I want to, because I have friends that pressure me into it. So do what you want. And that's what I've learned from my friends. Live more in the present moment, and you could literally die tomorrow. And then your plans, like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this in 5 years. Oh yeah, I'm going to do my trip in 2 years, 3 years. You could get the worst disease humanly possible. You could be hit by a truck. Anything could happen. You could have a random heart attack, like 0.001% of the world in their 20s get a heart attack. It could literally be you. And then what? Oh, I have 50K saved up for when? For when? For when you're dead, for your funeral. Sick. That's amazing. And even if you stay alive between your 20th and 25th year, and you live in a miserable country with terrible weather, if you value the weather, with like bad lifestyle, low quality food, mean people, no sunshine, no pools, just terrible life, with unhappy people, then you still have a terrible 5 years, even if you stay alive. That's even worse, because then you actually still notice it. So that's advice that I would give my younger self. But I must give the disclaimer that my younger self, is smart enough to get to this position, because that's why I'm here. If you're retarded and you know that you're in a 9 to 5 and you can't leave because your boss will fire you and you have 1K in your bank, obviously don't go to fucking Bali. That's retarded. But if you have an online job and your money is online and you can spend it wherever and you don't have to show up to an office, then I would say fully worth it. Only have the money in your bank account for your plane ticket. That's your safety net. Obviously, have a good relationship with your parents so that you can go back if you need to. I went back twice. Most of the times, only one time it was like beneficial for my finances, but for the rest, I could have afforded to stay in a different country. So it's nice to have that security, that you know that you can go back. So don't have a massive argument with your parents that they hate you and that they remove you from WhatsApp and all your contacts and you can't contact them anymore, because then you would be fucked. But you might still have friends that you could move into. Anyway, that was my terrible advice for if you want to go traveling. This is not financial advice. Do what you want. I'm not responsible for if you end up with $0 in a foreign country and you get killed. So your responsibility, but the younger me would know what to do. See you in the next video.